we're a very caring community. I think faculty, I think administrators, and I certainly think students are very caring. I also learned how compassionate SLU students were, because I was trying to get in the building, they'd run over to help me. If I was struggling with my bag, they'd come to help me. So that was very enlightening and very encouraging to see that.
There's always like a place that you can like fit in, you know, like SLU like really goes out of their way to kind of like have all these student organizations that people can get involved in. So like whatever shell that you fit in, like you can find it.
SLU community is great, mostly because we're all very close. I mean, we all get along really well. It's just very tight-knit and supportive.
I think because our mission encourages us to look at the whole person, we don't, at least I don't, teach just for giving you skills that'll help you go out and get a good job. Not that that's not important, but I also like to help you learn so that when you go out and get that good job, that you will bring what you've learned in your SLU education to the table with you. So you'll be thoughtful, you'll be a critical thinker, you'll be compassionate. And I think that's the way you really do transform society. And that's something very different. I don't know if public schools have that as their mission.
It's like more like a community feel. Like at those state schools, like people just do their own things and go on their own ways, you know? But like at SLU, it's like you're like everybody does their own thing, but it's like you kind of are working towards one cause to like better others.
I mean, I visited other schools obviously before coming here, but I think the thing that really drew me to SLU was how friendly people were, and I think that's what really makes us different from other schools.
I definitely think it does, just by what people get involved in, how people act, how we like address things in the community and like within the student population. So it's like, yeah, I definitely think it's kind of like the last question. It's like all encompassing. It's
in every aspect, really. I mean, everything you do, you approach it from that kind of mindset, like one with very high standards and morals.
So that entire Jesuit tradition of education is woven into the curriculum in the College of Arts and Sciences. I think it's also part of the student development process, and it's obviously, you know, in residence halls and student activities and the things we do.
There's like all sorts of things. So like I think the first part is just like having good like faculty and teachers. It's definitely one thing. Like everybody's always approachable. The classes are super small, so if you want to ask questions, you can. So like from an academic standpoint, like the resources that they have for that is like probably why I have my internship and whatnot.
I've been here 20 years. So I remember when our only classroom equipment was, as I've said in class, that overhead projector. You know, we had our little transparencies. As you also know, I'm not the best person with technology, but technology helps us in many ways in the classroom. You know, we can watch TED Talks. So it's really created new ways of teaching for us.
Anything I need, it's there. The tutoring, I mean, pretty much everything, really. Meeting new people, experiencing new things, I mean, new friend groups, everything.
I'd like to say a whole lot different than I was freshman year. Lived on 3C freshman year and wasn't an engineering major, so that was probably a bad choice. Like second semester, I just got a whole lot more involved. Like I met people who got me more involved, whether it was in just like SLU campus in general, getting involved with clubs and like Greek life and whatnot.
We've certainly become a more beautiful campus. When I was here as a student 35 years ago, I think, I said it was a collection of ugly buildings in Midtown. You all have a stoplight and a crosswalk on Grand. We had nothing. We would just run across the street when we could. I think the students have changed a lot too. You know, certainly, I don't even know if I could get in on my application these days. Looking at what you all bring. You all bring a lot of service. You bring a lot of interest in social justice. You bring a lot of activism. Studying abroad is an option that we really didn't have, and when students do that, they come back and they bring so much more to the classroom.
very diverse. I mean, we're not as diverse as maybe some other schools, but diversity isn't only race, it isn't only gender, it's everything. It's different backgrounds, it's different cultures, it's different belief systems.
I'd like to say it's pretty diverse, just based on the different clubs, the different, just, and like if you kind of just like the CGC, just look at that kind of like shows like how diverse we are as a campus.
I really don't. We had this discussion last night with a lot of faculty. I mean, it does look diverse when you see our international population, particularly when you see the number of Chinese students. I tend to like to think of diversity in lots of ways, other than just perhaps international students. I think what makes it look more diverse than it is because of the international presence. And that's what I think is missing when we don't have that kind of diversity. Their experiences and the opportunity to hear someone's lived experiences when they're very different from yours.
I mean, I wish some people would be able to get more involved. I think we have a lot of students are very involved here, but I wish that rate could go up. I mean, in different clubs, just student involvement, really.
But yeah, definitely like some sort of interaction between the students and administration, where like we have more of a say in what happens on campus than like just waiting to see what they do about it.
I would like for us to find more ways to bring issues of diversity, inclusion, and difference into our classrooms. I think student development does a really good job of that in programming and activities in the residence halls. In our classrooms, not so much. I would like to see more intention in getting them into classes. I would like to see all first year students take first year dialogue.
Adjusting to living with new people, being an only child, that was difficult. I mean, being more open, accepting, learning how to share. I mean, just trying to adjust to living with a bunch of other people.
I think I would have not been afraid of technology. I would have been one of those people to say, oh, that's so cool, I gotta have that. And I would have made friends with it sooner. I would have taken better advantage of research assistants so that I could have gotten more writing done, because when I ran African American Studies as director for 13 years, I didn't always have enough time to do my writing.